So, welcome to everybody. I'm Alessandro Carmelita, the CEO of ISC. We have organized the Attachment and Trauma Conference, the 12th edition of Attachment and Trauma Conference that is going to be held in person in Rome, and it's going to be also online. And we are making these little interviews with all the speakers. And today we are very happy to have here Elisabeth Warner. Elisabeth, thank you for being here with us.
I'm happy to be with you.
Okay, and thank you also for accepting the invitation to be part of the Attachment and Trauma Conference. So I don't want to take too much time to you because I know that you are very busy. I would like you to ask two questions, actually. No, first of all, I would like you to introduce yourself, if you can. And then I would like you to say something about your presentation that you're going to give at the Attachment and Trauma Conference. Yeah, if we could start from here. Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Elisabeth Warner, and I'm a clinical psychologist, and I've been in practice for a long time. 40 years, and worked in all different kinds of settings with children, with adolescents, families, and adults. And during that time, I have been exposed to traumatized children. But when I got to working at the Trauma Center in Brookline, which is the place that Bessel van der Kolk founded, what stood out to me was that it was very difficult to work with the children there in the little offices that existed. And I knew this from experience, but I also could see it. And Bessel understood the problem I was talking about and was able to obtain some larger space within this trauma center. And space is always at a premium. So I was really lucky to get a large room. And by that time, I'd been running a child study group and with an interest in this same problem. And we had gone to a sensory integration clinic where we got exposed to something that most of us had not been trained in, which is really understanding more about the role of the senses and the role of sensory integration. So we brought that back to the trauma center and set up a space there. Now I'm telling you a little of the story here because this is what I'll be focusing on at the conference and what has taken up most of my professional time for the last 13 years. But we set up a room with the help of an occupational therapist, Jane Kumar, where we had some basic equipment. And if I can I can show you just a few pieces here that I have. Is that okay if I do that now? Okay.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Okay, so this is a very big yoga ball. And there are many things we do with the yoga ball, which I will probably show you in the conference. And this is a weighted blanket, which I will also I will show you in a film that I show, but a weighted blanket that you can lay across your chest or around your shoulders. And this is a piece of balance equipment. So I would stand on this, and this is something that can promote some body awareness and also sort of centering oneself and experiencing oneself in the present. And another balance board, which you can see would sort of go back and forth like this. And we have a host of other kinds of equipment, but I want to give you just a quick idea of what we were working with. But when we worked with these children in this space, something very interesting happened. And that's what I will be sharing with you, which had primarily to do with their regulation, which is the biggest problem and why they couldn't be in regular offices doing treatment for the most part. And also the problem that got kids into hospital settings and residential treatment centers and also kicked out of schools and things like that. So I'll be talking about that. But what was interesting that happened was as kids got more regulated, they began to do their trauma processing quite spontaneously. And the opportunities for helping build safer attachment, more secure attachments was presented to us right there in the therapy time and the therapy space. So you will see some examples of that at the conference in my presentation. So for me, this was a game changer in my own practice and for those therapists that we began to work with and train in this, and therapists who work with these children and adolescents will know what I'm talking about. But we've also been invited to bring this to adults. And so we're also looking at what this can offer for adults. And it's a little different with adults because they're not as used to playing and they have to learn a little bit how to be playful with equipment, but it also is providing some regulation for them. And then something occurs in which they're, as they gain more awareness of their bodies, their trauma material is showing up for them. And I'll talk a little bit about that as well. So that tells you a little bit about how I got to this and why it is really my goal in life now is to get this out there and persuade people that sitting in chairs is not enough, and that we also need to be moving and helping our clients move their bodies so that they can access parts of themselves that they're not able to access when they're sitting in a chair.
I think this is very, very interesting. I'm so glad that you are going to talk about all of this. And I'm also very proud of the fact that we are always bringing to the therapist the most interesting and important presentations and topics during this attachment trauma conference. Every year something new, and you are going to be, I think, amazing during this presentation, and I'm really looking forward to hear all of this because we all know that working with body, it's so important for emotional regulation and for people that experience trauma. So it's going to be, I think, a very essential presentation. So thank you for being part of this. And I don't want to take too much time to you, but I would like to ask you the last question. That is, why do you think clinicians should attend this conference?
Well, I have not attended this conference. This will be my first time as well. But I'm interested in hearing from clinicians around the world about how these things fit for them. I'm presuming there'll be quite a lot of European clinicians, so I'll be interested in what they think, but also clinicians from anywhere in the world. We have done some work in different countries, but we know culturally things are different in different places. And I would like to learn about people's responses to these different treatment methods that are going to be discussed. And I think we can learn from each other in a way that you can't when you're in your own little world. So I think this conference, in my sense of it, is that it's bringing people together from all over. And the fact that we can be in person is just going to be wonderful. So I really I'm so thrilled that you're able to do this in person this year.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy too, because we experienced these 2 years of pandemic, and going back to an in-person event like this, it's going to be so important for all of us. And yeah, I think there are two aspects. One is the fact that we are going to be in front of you, and you will interact with all of us. But also the other aspect is that we really need to meet each other again and to stay together and be close. And because our profession is not just learning knowledge and then doing what people are teaching us, but it's also, we know that it's so important, our emotional the capacity that we have to be in contact with others, to stay together and to feel the emotions. So it's going to be so important to be there all together. And it's going to be a great pleasure to welcome all of you, and all of you as speakers, but also all the participants. It's going to be so amazing for me. And I mean, if I think now about that, I can feel my eyes tearing, because it's so important to go back to the in-person events. So
I agree. I think we're all needing to connect with each other again in person in 3 dimensions rather than 2 dimensions, the way this, this is. I mean, this is a fine substitute, but it's not the same as being in person.
no, exactly. So thank you a lot for this little interview, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person, and it's gonna be great. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Good.
I'll see you in Rome.
Thank you.